Hello folks, and welcome to the first in another little mini series that we're going to be doing on installing an LPG system in an E39 Touring. Now you may recall I did a video on this in the past where I basically gave a quick overview of the components. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to look at getting our donut tank installed in the car and get some pipe work and the filler and the undercar electrical wiring installed. So this is the first step. So let's go have a look at the car and we'll see how we're going to install it. So with the E39 Touring, we do have an additional challenge of the air suspension pump being located in the spare wheel well. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the pump from inside of the cover. We're going to reinstall it here where we have some space above the starting battery. Alrighty, so now that we have relocated the air suspension pump in here, I just used a piece of 10mm polycarbonate just to make a mounting for it, and that's bolted to the chassis of the car and the pump is bolted to that. So it's a little bit more noisy in there, but it only runs very infrequently, so no problem. So now that we have this space cleared, we got a bit of rust here we're going to need to deal with before we install the tank finally, but I'm going to go ahead and get the multi-valve into the tank, and we'll see about lining things up in here to get the floor drilled for the tank mountings and the pipework. Alrighty folks, so going to get our multi-valve into the tank, and I've been doing a little bit of messing about with this here. I had a couple of problems, mostly with fittings and that. I need to get a fitting for the gas outlet here that doesn't seem to be in the kit. But apart from that, I've been just struggling a little bit with how the valve actually works and what the correct orientation is to install the valve within the tank. So done some research, and basically I initially thought that this was how the valve should be, so that this was a vent pipe, this was the gas pickup, and there's my float. But it seems I'm wrong about that this is how the valve should be installed within the tank, and that makes a lot more sense from the orientation of these outlet and fill ports as well. So this is the vent, this is the liquid LPG, or LPG pickup, and the float basically works like so. So I'm going to try now and fit this in this orientation, and we'll see. Let's see how we get on here, because I'm not sure. No, that's not going to happen. I really don't want to damage anything here. I was able to get it in this way, so you know what, I did it in this way. I'll see maybe if I can turn it around. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can do this, but I'm going to try. Okay. Okay. So that's it. Is that it? So that pipe, we want that grey pipe to be perfectly vertical. So we get a bit more light on here. So that should be my kind of guide. Is when I have that grey pipe vertical. It's not really, there it is, there it is, I can see it now. Well, the grey pipe is actually hitting the top of the tank. So that would go in like that, which would be fine. So then the grey pipe would be here. And yeah, I kind of guess. I guess that's how it works. It'd be really great if there was a mark on this or something, but sadly there isn't. I guess they leave it up to muppets like me to figure the thing out, or trained professionals. So okay, that is the multi-valve in the correct place, because the float's job really is to cut off the fill when this thing fills up, and also to run the level sensor. So alrighty guys, so done a bit of more research, and turns out my second approach to this was correct. This is how the multi-valve should be installed, basically with this pipe vertical. This is the LPG pickup pipe, and this is our float. And to prove it, put the little fuel gauge on here. I'm hoping you guys will be able to see this, but when I raise the float, the fuel gauge raises. So that's what we want to be happening. So alright, let's go ahead and put the multi-valve in for the last time. I've had it in and out here quite a few times. So alright, so let's see. Make an absolute idiot out of myself once again, I suppose. And then I have to get the dip tube. It wants to go in like this. And then we go in, just go in like that. And then that's us. So, okay, let me get a screw into that. Oh, here we go, sorry. Okay, now I'm just using these screws that I got in the local hardware today. They're not the correct ones. The correct ones will have a hex, or not a hex, Allen bolt fitting, but I can't get them locally today. So I just got these ones just so we can fit the multi-valve and figure out the connections. And I won't be putting gas into this, obviously, before I get the correct fittings. So I am happy to have figured out that A, I'm not missing too many fittings, and B, that I have the correct multi-valve. Just a little bit of my own inexperience with this side of the procedure. So let's go ahead and just put in 3 of these is enough just to keep the valve in position. It's a pity. The guys did send me the correct bolts, but I got the package, but somehow it had split open in transit and there were no bolts in it. Either that or someone got themselves some free bolts. So I'll just order them online, get them in, and we'll be all set. So that's just in there tight enough now for me to yeah, just so that I can mount the tank physically. This is the fitting for my gas inlet, so this is my filler. So this be going in. I'll actually put a right angle on that, because yeah, I'll put a right angle on that. They did give me some right angle fittings. So let's go ahead, put a right angle on that. That will make life easier for me to bring a tube in to that from the filler. And the one that I am missing then is the one for the gas outlet. So I'll probably get a right angle for that as well. I just ordered that online today. So that's our multi-valve basically fitted on there, and I get the fuel gauge and set it on. Yeah, that's basically going to work out. So I'll go ahead now and I'll fit the gas filler. This one here, this is the correct size of a fitting here for the gas outlet. It's the one I had from a previous job, but sadly it's for the wrong size of tubing, so I'm snookered. So right, this is the multi-valve in. We'll have the proper bolts in this then obviously before we put gas in here. So right, let's get this guy in here, and then we'll see. I just want to leave that. I'm going to take that fitting out because the vibration when this is in the car, it'll just fall out and get lost. So I'll put this back into the kit. There we go. Alright, so we're nearly there. Just tightening up the filler. That is now in. So that is where our gas will be coming in from. So our gas will be coming in here. So we'll have that kind of going down to one of these. And our gas outlet then to the reducer up in the engine bay. Will be coming out of this guy here. So, bit of progress. It's actually starting to take a little bit of shape here for me. Alrighty, so tank is sitting in the boot space here quite neatly. So what I got to do now is just pretty much go down here and just mark the hole drills where we need to drill them. So there's two big ones, those are for the pipes and the electrical wire, and then there's smaller ones here. I'm going to just use something longer to mark those, and then we'll go get them drilled. Alrighty, so I went ahead and cleaned up the rust and treated it with under sealer, because once the tank goes in here, it's pretty much going to stay, I would imagine, for the life of the car. We drilled two 10mm holes to mount the tank and a two 25mm holes for the pipe work. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the tank back in here, and we should be able to bolt it in, and that should be us. Here we go. Here we are. We're in. And to my surprise, the holes actually line up. Yay. Alright, let's get it bolted in. Alrighty, so that's our tank in. Put two big 10mm bolts down there. A couple of big flat washers under the car, so it's in there to stay now. So that's about it for installing the tank. We got a lot of plumbing and stuff to do, but at least it's physically inside the car now. That's definitely a good start. Alrighty guys, this is pretty much our tank installed now. I just put the cover on there temporarily so we can throw the car back together. We got everything bolted in, put some under sealer under the car also. So that's in there, and we're done for today. So that's about it, as I say, for today. Not as much done as I would have liked to, but that's the nature of the beast when you're doing something new. You don't always get what you want done. So, okay guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to join us on our next episode here, where we'll be putting in the gas filler and the hoses and wires and stuff. I have to order a few fittings, as I said earlier. And we'll be back with our regularly scheduled EV programming too very soon. So, okay, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at EVBMW. There'll be a link in the description, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.